All rise for the kings of the Black Throne. Oh, this has been a match I've been wanting to see for a long time. You have Malakai Black. You have Brody King. You have Buddy Matthews. Taking on the elite of the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, and Kenny Omega, by God. And they are set to collide at AEW Revolution now. And I was worried. Out of all the matches on the card, this was the match I was not sure about. One, the Elite had just won back the titles after the suspension and the investigation and the best of 7 series. That was a thing. And then Kenny Omega was also on a momentum ride because he had defeated Will Ospreay in a hellacious Wrestle Kingdom matchup and is the IWGP United States Champion. So you're like, wait, how is this gonna work? Like, we've been building up the House of Black since Malakai Black came back, because originally it was looking like Malakai Black was leaving. Then it turned out he was just asking for a break because of mental health reasons. And you know, the internet likes to make up horrible things just to make things worse, because of course they did. As much as I would have liked to see Malakai Black, Tommy End, go ahead and interact with Bray Wyatt on WWE TV, I didn't want his chapter in AEW to just end just yet, and I was glad when I heard he was sticking around. He was thinking of leaving, but then Tony Khan talked him out of it and was like, look, we'll let you take some time off, just recover from that. We'll keep Brody King and Buddy Matthews around to do some stuff, mostly on Dark and Dark Elevation as you recover, and then we'll get you all back for a reboot. Oh, and Julia Hart joined. Oh, man. And a lot of people were very angry how the House of Black was being treated. Here's the thing about the House of Black. The gimmick could not really get off the ground not because it was bad. In fact, there was a hell of a lot of greatness in it. It had a lot of potential, had continuity, had a shared history together. And they even acknowledged some of the WWE stuff without actually referencing it. They just have Malakai Black react the way he did to seeing Buddy Matthews show up. And their history has been well defined. In fact, I'm surprised Malakai hasn't even brought up the whole Buddy Matthews being the reason his eye is the way it is. Maybe we'll do that when they splinter it down, when they eventually have to break him up in like maybe a year or two. But yeah, they were gaining a lot of momentum in their return, and now you had them on a collision course with the Elite, and you're like, damn, I don't even know who I want to win this. Like, there are so many instances where this could go. You would think the Elite are going to win, but then you have Malakai Black and his group, the House of Black, Julia Hart, and you're like, man, I want them to win, but I also like the Elite, but the Elite are also kind of a group of jackasses because of what happened, and a dog's teeth got kicked in, because that was a confirmed thing from Punk, and then all this stuff about Punk and the Elite looking like not really mending the fences, but more like being mellowed out by all this, and how Punk's implying that he's willing to forgive and move past this and conduct business. Like, they don't have to be friends. They don't have to like hug and whatnot. They could just have a professional business relationship. Kenny Omega came out recently and said, I hope everyone on that other side is doing well. He couldn't say them by name, probably legality-wise, and he even mentions that there are things that will probably never be revealed that not even the locker room knows about because of legality reasons, contracts, NDA probably. No idea on that front. So you're left wondering, wait, FTR also is going to come back. That's happening soon, hopefully, which they did after this match. Oh, God. And I was like thinking, like, on ATW View, I talked with Noah, James, and King that there were like several ways they could go about this. My off the wall idea is that CM Punk and FTR, screw the Elite over, and House of Black wins, and instead of being the trios title match that everyone would predict, they would instead have the FTR win the tag team belts, Kenny Omega puts on the IWGP US title in the winner take all trios match, and boom bada boom, we got money here for Double or Nothing, and even New Japan gets some prestige out of this. So yeah, they could have done that. Like, every idea I had, in fact, a lot of people thought this. They're not going to put these guys, they're not going to go ahead and have the House of Black win if Punk comes back. If Punk and FTR come back, and if they do come back, then they're gonna lose the match, and they're gonna have their momentum wrecked. Like, the Elite can do whatever they want. They have the power, damn it. So the Elite are pretty much in a place where they can take the loss, but everyone was kind of confined to this idea. The Elite just won the trio titles. They just recently started defending it after only about less than 2 months. So they have all these other stuff going on. So naturally, it should go to them, right? Wrong. They had a 6-man tag team match with the House of Black. And they, by God, had no distractions, no outside involvement, mostly unless it's Julia Hart, no Punk or FTR. They went ahead and brought the A game to their plate. They were Goliath versus David. They brought a Godzilla versus King Kong. Now, so yeah, and everyone was and I think a lot of people were like, Malakai Black and Omega, that's the obvious one. Buddy Matthews and Omega, the battle of the V-triggers. Who has the most lethal trigger in their knee yet? And they even acknowledged that on TV about how Buddy Matthews has been compared to Kenny Omega in some instances, and, could be a new or evolved form of him. And Don Callis was there, which raises multiple questions. I'll get to that when I talk about the women's stuff. Yeah, that still confuses me. Anyways, so they have this match, and it is fucking fantastic. We witnessed awesome content, uber violence, hardcore style professional wrestling in this match. The blows to the head, to the body, lethal, almost soundingly so, crack in the wind. And Kenny Omega, by God Omega, and the Young Bucks gave their A game in this match. A match that had no single matches up until this point, which means we were robbed of Buddy Matthews versus Kenny Omega for at least one episode. And by God, I hate that. Julia Hart, Kenny Omega kicked it down, so Kenny Omega was like, oh no, I hit Julia Hart. I don't know. Yeah, basically Kenny Omega went Harley Quinn and Ivy when they thought they killed Bruce Wayne in the animated series and were like, oh no, I've kicked Julia Hart. Okay. And, Kenny Omega got his ass kicked, getting kicked in the head, which was hilarious. And, there were so many close calls in this match. It was like, oh god, I'm on the edge of my seat. Damn it! I don't even know who's gonna win this match. I want the Elite to win, mostly because it will hopefully give us hope that we'll see the Elite versus Punk and FTR if things work out. But at the same time, they don't need the trios title for that. They can actually make a match without it and make titles on the line for it. But I want the House of Black to win because they're damn awesome and they are in hot streak mode. So yes, it was quite a struggle for people. And then the moment came. The Young Bucks were prepared to unleash the Meltzer driver. And as they were prepared to get in the middle of it, Buddy Matthews becomes the star and he triggers the Young Bucks out of existence. And oh god, still hoping we get Kenny Omega versus Buddy Matthews just once, damn it. Like, that's the match I want to see. Because V-Trigger versus V-Trigger, oh, who will be the most lethal? My God. Plus, he could probably V-Trigger Don Callis, and that would be hilarious. So, Buddy Matthews does that, and the House of Black do their signature finisher, and because everyone in this match has to be smart, the tag team after they get the pinfall in, they go out to stop the rest of the Elite from helping out, trying to prevent it, and the House of Black defeat the Young Bucks. Kenny, by God, Omega, they defeated the Elite, and for relatively most part, clean as a whistle. And I was like, oh my God, they're putting the ball on them. The ball is now in the House of Black's court. Yes, I wear this Elite shirt, and damn it, I'm proud that they put them over. I was like, oh God, this is awesome. This is a near 20-minute extravaganza of 6-man tag team wrestling trios action. I am so glad they're bringing the trios title to prominence more than ever. I was surprised. I thought the Elite were going to hold on to the title for at least until Double or Nothing. At best, All Out. But no, they had this all... And I won't be surprised... Much like what happened on AEW after Wardlow and Hobbs' match, I will not be surprised if it comes out that, yeah, this was planned for months. It's just that this whole thing kind of just delayed everything. Or did it? Mm-hmm. It was probably delayed. Anyways, yeah, Brody King, Malakai Black, Buddy Matthews are now the third AEW Trios World Champions. Oh God, this is going to be awesome. And now this coming next Dynamite, after the Fallout, they're going to have a 3-way trios match. The Elite, the House of Black, the Jericho Appreciation Society. But no one cares about them right now. And by God, they will raise as much federal hell as humanly possible. And I'm hoping they do triple threat trios rule instead of having 2 of the teams in there and the third group just waiting for a tag, because that is still stupid. Why is that a thing? No, legitimately, why is that a thing? Even the WWE games, even the other pro wrestling games that existed before everything kind of fell apart, they all had triple threat action going on for all team when there's multi-team matches. Fatal 4-way, 4 people in the ring at once. Triple threat, 3 people in the ring at once. Not, there are 2 tag teams, 2 of 2 teams go in that ring, and then the third team is just waiting for a tag in because apparently everyone has to be done that day. Like, they even brought up the New Day and how it, like, when the New Day did this, it was like they almost could have pinned themselves and won the match, and I was like, wait, that's a thing? Why the hell didn't the heels do this? Why don't any of the heels do that? If that's now a rule in the WWE books, and everyone just goes off with that, why don't they do that now? Is that even, like, official ruling in wrestling that when this was first started? The multi-man tag team action that's not, you know, triple threat trio, triple threat fatal 4-way style. No, we're not gonna get a reason? Okay. So, yeah. Kenny, by God, Omega, and the Young Bucks. Where do they go from here? I do not know. If they don't regain the titles, I'm pretty sure Kenny and the Young Bucks are gonna do their own thing. The Young Bucks are probably gonna feud with the... I'm pretty sure the Elite are looking more and more like they're gonna feud with Blackpool Combat Club, because Blackpool Combat Club has turned heel now. I also learned that there's now gatekeeping for blood in wrestling. I'm not even gonna go into that because I'll go into a 20-minute rant if I did that. And they'll reunite with Hangman. They've been teasing it for a while, so I could see that being their end result for Blood and Guts. And the House of Black, they shall rain fire and black darkness into the world of trios wrestling. And probably kick Jericho's teeth in. Two of them will probably do it at the same time. In fact, now that I think about it, imagine if Buddy Matthews does a V-trigger to Jericho first, and then Malakai Black does his swinging kick. And then Brody King just kicks the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society's asses. Wouldn't that be nice? So, yeah. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. I'm looking forward to know what's next. Congratulations to the House of Black. You dethroned the Elite. Even though the Trios title was specifically made for them, because I found out recently that the belts have Elite designs on them. Awkward. Like, seriously awkward a little bit, I think. But enough about that. I'm looking forward to what happens to these two teams heading into the Dynamite after Revolution Fallout episode. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see what they do next. I'm looking forward to all the participating teams involved in that. This was your host, Eric Brown of Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE, the WrestleVerse. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all again next time, and by God, we're here.